Hey everyone, welcome to Crypto Data. So today has been another crazy day in the market. Bitcoin's remained mostly stable. We can see it's at about $16,500. So it's had a little volatility, but not too much. But the big players of today have been Ethereum, Litecoin, and Ripple. So as you know, Ethereum actually got over $600 today. We have Litecoin. It actually ended up going over 300, I believe, to 370. And then we have Ripple actually nearing its all-time high of 40 cents today. So we're going to go over those three coins and exactly what's been going on with the market. So first, let's talk about Coinbase. They actually halted trading of Litecoin and Ether today because they were getting so many orders and so much traffic. So it says here that it says GDX's Litecoin market has seen more than 1.8 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. So that's crazy. As you've known, I mean, Litecoin has nearly tripled in the past 3 days. It's been crazy. A lot of people have been trading it. And there's a couple reasons for that I'll go over. And then they also mentioned that Ethereum buys and sells were temporarily disabled as well. So you have all these people buying Ethereum and Litecoin, and it kind of has taken everyone by surprise because we were so focused on Bitcoin. So it's just crazy to see, how much traffic is coming into these coins now. And as you know, Coinbase's app on Apple, their iOS app, it's been #1 on the charts for a while now, and a lot of people are creating Coinbase accounts more than ever. So they said, Coinbase says, we have also heavily invested in our infrastructure and have increased the number of transactions we are processing during peak hours by over 40 times. So that's insane. They're getting nearly over 40 times the amount of traffic because of how many people are creating accounts and just all the hype that's been within cryptocurrencies. So as you know, I mean, Litecoin and Ethereum are the other two trading pairs on Coinbase besides Bitcoin. So, seeing how those are cheaper, kind of intuitively, people will gravitate more towards those. And actually an article came out today for Ethereum, one of the reasons for the spike, and it says Ethereum surges past $600 on UBS announcement for Ethereum based initiative. So what happened today is UBS, which is a banking giant, I believe it's the Bank of Switzerland, but UBS announced that they will head an Ethereum based blockchain initiative along with Barclays, Credit Suisse, KBC, Swiss Stock Exchange 6, and Thomson Reuters. So those are huge names. I mean, those are some of the biggest global banks around. And for them to be launching an Ethereum-based blockchain initiative, that's crazy. And they said the companies will comply with the new European Union trade data standards that go into effect in 2018. So basically, having this Ethereum-based blockchain initiative means, they're going to be using Ethereum in their smart contracts in a lot of their, basically their transactions. So that's telling you that Ethereum is going to be a big player in 2018. So that's why we saw, the huge rise that happened with Ethereum and it going over $600 today. It's just been crazy. So that was a big reason for it. And then for Litecoin, the big reason that's been going up, as you know, Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ether have been on CNBC, which is for those not in the United States, it's a big news network in the United States, and it's been on CNBC basically all the time. And you can see here, this was yesterday. It has Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum all up. Litecoin at that time was up 22% to $185. And then if you go to Charlie Lee's Twitter, he's actually the creator of Litecoin, and he has over 328,000 followers. And a couple tweets that he put today was a couple of them were about Litecoin going ludicrous, and you see on CNBC they actually mentioned this, and that was crazy. So they actually are mentioning Litecoin on the news and how crazy its run has been. So that creates more FOMO. And then they also, Litecoin is now up on ShakePay, which is a card you can use, and they now support Litecoin. So you have all these companies supporting Litecoin. And again, because it's the more cheaper coin, a lot of new investors who are getting into Coinbase kind of gravitate towards that. So it's just been getting a lot of exposure lately. And then a last reason why, and this one actually, I think a lot of people aren't really, they don't really know. So basically, it just talks about, you know, Litecoin and Bitcoin and how they're different. And a big thing that caught my eye is when it says here, it says, while Bitcoin mining uses the SHA-256 hashing algorithm, which requires ASICs microchip technology, which, as you know, the ASICs ones, you know, a lot of those are the specific miners made for Bitcoin mining. It says Litecoin uses the script algorithm because script requires a larger working memory. Most ASICs makers have been barred from developing a suitable technology. Instead, Litecoin is often mined on graphics cards or GPUs. So that tells you, I mean, there's tons of gamers. Everyone knows, you know, about graphics cards, and they have more access to them. I mean, you can get them in stores and everything. So people, you know, are going to buy these graphics cards and everything, and then using them like to mine Litecoin and get as much as they can. So again, that's, you know, a lot of the reason we're seeing, I mean, all these people are buying these graphics cards, you know, mining Litecoin because they don't have access to, you know, the Bitcoin miners. They have to buy them online, or, you know, only a couple stores have them. So that's been another thing that a lot of people probably haven't thought about, is just what's used to mine Bitcoin or Litecoin and how it's different, and how GPUs are readily available everywhere and the ASICs miners aren't as available. So I think that was a big player as well. So you have, you know, all these people here. And a funny thing, actually, when Charlie Lee tweeted yesterday, he said, you know, buying Litecoin is extremely risky. I expect to have a multi-year bear market, one where LTC dropped 90%. So if you can't handle LTC dropping, don't buy. And then the coin, you know, it still went up. So I don't know if people didn't take him seriously, or maybe they took it as a buy sign. But basically, he's just being honest with it, and people like his honesty. So, you know, they're investing in the coin. So it's all this stuff combined that I think why we've seen Litecoin surge as much as it has, because it's been the top player, you know, for the past couple of days. So we'll see how high it goes. If it, you know, consolidates a little more like it is now, maybe going to that 250 level, you know, we'll see where we go from here, but it's definitely been a top player. And then the last one is Ripple. So Ripple's actually been not really in the news lately, but, you know, its price has went up. And I was trying to look for news articles. I couldn't really find a lot, but I found one that was from December 7th. So 5 days ago. And it's here, it says Ripple escrows 55 billion XRP for supply predictability. So basically what this means is they're placing 55 billion Ripple in an escrow account, and they've completed the lockup. So basically it gives investors a sense of security that they can't just flood the market with those 55 billion XRP. So that was great news. You know, they finally locked up those 55 billion, and it says on average, you know, they have 55 contracts of 1 billion XRP each that will expire on the first day of every month from 0 to 54. So what that means is, you know, a certain number of XRP are available. 1 billion each expire on the first day of every month, and those 1 billion XRP are available to be able to be sold onto the market. But it says here that on average, only 300 million XRP per month are sold, and then the remaining XRP are unspent, are placed in a new escrow account set to expire in month 55, etc. So that's great news. I mean, if people, like, say that 1 billion Ripple become available, if most of the people don't want to sell it, then all that Ripple that's not sold will be put into that escrow account that's actually not, you know, that goes on to month 55, 56. So it's, you know, like 55 months from whenever it was released. So that's great news. I mean, you know, I don't know if people are just finding this out, or I think a lot of it too is the price of Ripple. I mean, you know, people are kind of focused on that as well. I mean, 36 cents. It looks like it's pretty cheap until you look at the circulating supply. So again, maybe it's one of the top coins and people are looking at it now and maybe getting into it now. But I think as well, people are talking about Ripple being listed on Coinbase. So that's been some talk lately. I mean, I can definitely see it. There's been talk about it for a while, so it wouldn't surprise me if they were listed on Coinbase soon. But yeah, I think it is just they're one of the top coins, and they are so cheap, and they just locked up 55 billion XRP. So people have more comfort knowing that they can't flood the market. So, you know, all these banks getting involved, all these deals going on, with cryptocurrency getting more adopted by the mainstream, I think a lot more banks are starting to look at Ripple now because it is, you know, focused more on centralized and faster transactions between banks and lowering that transaction cost. So I think it's just more attention is getting on it right now, and who knows? I mean, we could break, 40 cents and go up to all-time highs. So that'd be great, because I know a lot of people who are holding XRP right now, not really excited with what it's been doing up until now. So it's just great to see, some action on it. So with that, if you like the video, please give it a like, comment if you have any questions, and please subscribe if you haven't. Till next time, thanks for watching.